Hey guys, welcome back to the Appeasement Challenge. Today we're going to be taking on two worlds, Pirate Seas and a Wild West. However, before we get too far, like with the video, I want to ask you to subscribe. It costs nothing and helps with the YouTube algorithm. Or you could drop a like to let me know if you enjoy this. Now, before we actually get too far into the video, Pirate Seas specifically, I want to explain that this world has 5 boat columns and 4 plank columns. There aren't planks on every lane, though. Most zombies can only spawn on lane with planks, and the ones that don't will usually end up in the middle of the lawn. That's where Torchwood comes in. He basically is the closest thing I have to Walnut. He damages zombies that eat him and sets peas on fire. He's a pretty strong all-around plant. Now that we've reached day 5, most of the levels will only have 2 planks, which gives us a pretty cool trick. By planting the first 2 pea shooters in water lanes without planks, we can stall out the waves by planting the third one right at the optimal point for stalling. As demonstrated. Perfect execution. Day 12 is just a coconut cannon level. I just figured I'd mention this one because it's nice to actually have fun when doing this. Like, sure, like doing the pea shooter levels only is fun, but repetitive. Extremely repetitive. Day 13 is the first of the levels in Pirate Seas that has us produce a bunch of sun. These are extremely boring because we have to play them almost as if we were just playing normally. The first Pirate Seas Last Stand is on day 14. This level, it gives us enough sun to plant 2 rows of pea shooters, 3 repeaters, and a row of torchwood, plus 3 plant food. The plant food on the lanes with planks allows us to pretty much instantly deal with barrel rollers, which spawn imps. I hate them. They're meant to be dealt with lobbed plants, but no lobbed plants. Now on day 15, we have a repeater. This guy, yeah, he's useless. He makes the next wave spawn faster, which is downright detrimental for us. Also, he costs a lot and doesn't actually have any good power. But day 16 is different. We have 2 spring beans that we have to defend. However, spring beans have a very powerful plant food effect. I'm just going to let this level's footage speak for itself because of how awesome plant food on spring beans is. Now the fun part is going to happen really soon, as the rest of the waves of this level will all die. pretty much instantaneously. Observe. There's plant food in almost every single lane, so you can just keep doing that. I also like it when the zombies end up on lanes that don't have a plank, because then they're like, they just keep walking right into the water. And now we have another plant food to deal with the final wave, which gives us yet another plant food. I think the plant food is inside the barrel. Nope, plant food was the barrel. Neat. Well, either way, that's day 16 down. Day 18, locked and loaded. And no sunflowers. Which doesn't really matter. It's just a pea-shooter repeater level for our main attackers. So, no real problems here. However, PopCap, because, you know, this is still World 2, gave us speed. Also, days 19, 20, 21 are all produced stun levels. Day 22, however, is, another last stand. Torchwood and Repeater once again carry by destroying hordes of imps. This is better than Spike Rock and Spike Weeds, which were the intended solution for this level. Also, that cannon really sucks. On day 24, we actually have some more Spring Bean protection. This one was a bit confusing at first, but the first two pea shooters should always cover Spring Beans, because, you know, if they get triggered and then a Seagull Zombie comes, or any zombie really, but Seagull Zombies annoying too, come, then they can get eaten. Then, like, the next part of the level goes about as you normally would. As you can see, this first Seagull Zombie doesn't actually have an effect on the Spring Bean. Spring Bean just ducks under the Seagull. And then, it's just a matter of using plant food efficiently and Torchwood. Never forget Torchwood. Another important thing to know about Spring Bean is that its plant food effect also wakes it up. So if it is being eaten, that is a good time to do plant food. It also can't affect flying zombies, which is annoying. As you can see here, that guy was being nibbled. So, planting down the plant, using the plant food on it, woke it up. Also, I like how it just completely ignores the Seagull Zombies. Oh, and parrots, I forgot. Parrots are annoying. I completely forgot that they existed. But yeah, they steal plants. At least they can't steal the Spring Bean unless it's sleeping. Oh, and there's also imp cannons. We want to kill these very quickly. That's another reason we want to get Torchwoods on most lanes. And then there's a stupid parrot that decided to steal the exact same place again, and force us to use a lawnmower. However, we can get rid of the one imp cannon by using pea shooter plant food, and using a second pea shooter to cover the other Spring Bean. Now it's the last wave already. Main reason I was stumped on this level, micromanaging, I'm bad at it. But yeah, now you can just plant food, most things, and have to deal with this one stupid pirate captain and the one stupid imp cannon that just won't die. The most annoying thing about the imp cannon, in my opinion, though, is how while the imp is flying, it still takes shots even if it's going to die immediately upon landing. However, the imp cannon blew up. And where did most of the imps land? Right in the lane with all the lawnmower that disappeared. However, I was able to think quickly using the stun refund that you get after I forgot which level. I was able to plant a torchwood, which eradicated these imps from existence by burning them. Also, Zomboss not possible. Just wanted to say that he just pretty much is never possible. He's one of the worst guys ever. I hate him. But with that, we have completed Pirate Seas, and we are now in the Wild West. This world's main gimmick is minecarts. There's a reason I chose this level as an example for minecarts. Also, the minecart is pretty powerful with plant food. Day 2 introduces us to Split Pea. This guy only costs 25 more stun than a regular pea shooter, but shoots 2 peas behind him also. The second ability is useful for dealing with prospector zombies, shield zombies from far future, jesters from Dark Ages, and excavators from Lost City. I just figured I'd mention those guys, because those are the guys I'm actually going to need to use them against. Except for Jester, I'm not sure. Day 4 is the Not Okay Corral first one. This is a special unique type of level. For Wild West, we only have 1 plant per wave, and have to plant according to where we know the zombies are going to spawn, because we can see where they're going to spawn every single wave. Nothing that complicated. You want to save like the minecarts for stronger plants. At least this one's actually a level that we can do, compared to the other 2 Not Okay Corrals. Those 2 were not okay in my book. Day 6 is Wild West Last Stand. Torchwood repeaters is obviously the go-to strategy for these levels. And it eradicates everything. It always just eradicates stuff. Even the pianos are no match for it. It's just powerful, especially with plant food. But for this level, which was extremely easy, now we get Peapod. This guy can be planted up to 5 times in a single spot, and will only count as 1 plant. Very good for starts of levels, because we can put him on a minecart to defend lanes. And he can deal with the first 4 waves of a level, as demonstrated by this next clip, where he deals with the first wave. The second wave the third wave, and the 4th wave. He can probably go even longer than that. It's just at this point that I planted down some more plants, so we don't actually know. Day 8 is a Gargantuar level. Now, normally Gargantuar levels aren't ones that we actually do, because they don't usually have pea shooters in them. But with just pea pods and split peas being like the only plants giving us this entire level, like the only other plant we get is chili bean, which is the instant kill guy. This level is easily completed. Oh, and walnuts, but has one of those ever been a thing in these videos? Never. Like, I swear, walnut will never ever see the light of day in this challenge. I just decided to show the entire Day 8 gameplay footage just to show you that no chili beans were used, and that if you actually do want to see it fully, you can always check out my secondary channel that has every single successful and some failed attempts, or you could watch on Twitch. This level is mostly just pea pods. That's the entire strategy of this level. Just plant pea pods. Hey, at least split peas started to appear now. And no, despite this one being possible, Zomboss is not possible due to the fact that it includes a lot of melons. Winter melon, and regular melon pulp, and lightning reed. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome plants in the Wild West that I just don't really feel like using. Yeah. There's also Mr. Dynamite here. Mr. Prospector. Yeah, planting pea pods all the way on the back also pretty much instantly deals with him. Also, full plant food. This is how easy this level is. A Gargantuar. How scary. It's not as if there was a special technique, known only to few, where you can solve them infinitely with a minecart. These guys are absolute jokes. The imp is scarier than they are. Like, just look. He's never ever gonna move. Okay, he moved a little bit just because I was off the ball there. So for a moment there, I didn't see that piano. Oh no, whatever shall I do? 2 Gargantuars. Honestly, the Gargantuar is absolutely nothing compared to the next zombie that we're gonna meet. Yeah. If you've played this game, you probably know which zombie I'm talking about. And you also know that there's absolutely no counter for it that I have. Which is why I have to come up with a few of my own. That's right, we have chicken zombies. This is the wrong level. Here it is. This is the level I meant to show you guys. Sorry about that. As you can see, chickens are really annoying. They absolutely swarm everything. And the worst part of it is, yeah, they spawn even when the lawnmower just went off. So, not a good strategy. Torchwood, however, since they only have 1 HP, will completely deal with it. Like, they just get absolutely shredded. This is the only possible way I came up with to counter these guys. The only unfortunate thing is that it takes a really long time to set up because of how expensive they are. But once you have a full row, there isn't really anything that can stop you. As long as you make sure they don't die. Day 11, we have a 500% bending limit, which is exactly 4 Peapods. Yeah, 4 Peapod is really overpowered. It is a solution to to 20% of the levels in this world. That's how good it is. But yeah, it just deals with everything. Plant food's also really good for dealing with strong zombies, not weak zombies, because it instantly destroys their health. But day 15, another level that was carried by Peapod. You can't lose more than 2 plants, which I don't see how that would be an issue if we never even have more than 2 plants on the board at once. Ever, on the entire level. Still, stalling is still important. Stalling is always important. You always want to get the biggest defense you can. Which is why, another reason why minecarts are really good. They allow you to get a strong defense, but move it away when you don't want to damage zombies. Also, for dealing with pianos, because they make zombies move erratically. Imagine if you had to get a strong defense, like against bucketheads, on every single lane just to deal with pianos. And they're also funny when they die. They just go boom. Pianos. As you can also see, I am playing this on computer, which does make for some harder micromanaging, but nothing that big of a problem. Day 16. Remember when I said walnuts would never ever be featured in this video? Yeah, I was wrong. The Save Our Seed levels of this world are walnut-centric. Both of them. So we need to defend the walnut while also getting a strong defense. The annoying part about the strong defense part is that the walnut makes the game, because you have a walnut, a free walnut, sends out zombies quicker. So, one row of split pea shooters, and sacrificing every single lawnmower. It is what I came up with for this. It's also what I did after I didn't came up with it myself. I did some research on some similar videos, things that had similar restrictions to this, and this is what I found. And it was still cutting it close. Plant food on the walnuts also the only way to keep him alive, because you can also use him for stalling if you plant food him. And then once you get to the last wave, just stall lanes that lost their lawnmowers, and yeah. Dig up plants in the other lanes. Oh, and day 17, a flower line. Torchwood is our way to block zombies from eating the from walking over the flowers. But Peapod doesn't cut it for the start of this level. It's not cost efficient enough. So we used Repeater instead. And there's also Bulls. Bulls would be annoying if they didn't launch the rider over the flower line instead of through it. I don't know. They're also robots, which is cool and can be disabled by EMP, but yeah, no EMP. This is another level filled with micromanaging. Thankfully, once all the Torchwoods are down, we can actually start defending more lanes at a time with some extra pea shooters. And naturally, just constantly making sure our repeaters on the most dangerous lane. And planting more pea shooters. This one was annoying. But the next one is worse. If you don't believe me, just stick around and you'll see. Yeah, it's a last stand with chickens. I hate chickens. These guys are so annoying. We only have enough sun for one row of split peas needed to deal with prospectors and one row of torchwoods needed for our chickens. And that only just gets us to the last wave of the level, with torchwoods dying. Now I do notice, looking back at my gameplay here, that I did forget to use plant food on the torchwoods, which probably would have been helpful. But instead I saved it to deal with chickens in lanes that lost their torchwood. As you can see, I've already lost most of my defense, and decided just let's try that again. And this is after I had done a very stupid mistake of letting the last guy go to the lawnmower. The last chicken guy go to the lawnmower. For some reason, the chicken still spawned even after his entire body was crushed by a bunch of spinning blades and wheels and everything. You'd think that the chickens would get smoked too, but no. For some reason, they decided, nah, let's let the chicken survive that. after improving this strategy by putting some of them on minecarts to allow for some more efficient dealing of damage when there's lanes that have no one in them. This quickly allowed the level to become a bit more manageable. Just a friendly reminder to anyone who ever plays this game in the future or will have ever played it, just don't kill chicken wranglers with a lawnmower. It's the worst mistake you can ever make. Also, you notice this time I decided to use my plant food on Torchwood instead, which would allow to deal with the lanes, allow us to deal with the stronger zombies, coneheads, before they even got to the Torchwoods, therefore negating the word to needing to worry about their health. Also, have to be careful with Prospector zombies when the Split Pea start fighting back, because they can kill them. It's not an instant win. It's always important to be careful. As you can see, middle lane is the most dangerous because that's the lane that didn't get plant food. Thankfully, we do have the possibility to put 2 guys on that lane. However, we did lose a lane, unfortunately. And when I say lose, I just mean, never mind, we lost 2. Both of them lost their Torchwood. Now, as I'm narrating this, I'm trying to remember, is this the time where I did the stupid thing? Or was it a different time? Nah, it must have been a different time. I remember I stupidly let the guy go in the middle lane. However, I was able to react fairly quickly to lawnmower loss, dealing with most of these guys fairly quickly, only after losing a single lawnmower, which is pretty impressive considering that the previous time I actually gave up, so it doesn't really count. And I did a double blur there. I blurred it right back to the exact same spot. But either way, now we have day 19. Day 19 is a lot more cool. Relax. A 2,000 sun spending limit, and don't lose more than 2 plants. If only there were a relatively cheap plant that could be stacked upon itself multiple times to only count as 1 plant. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic here. It's Peapod that we're bringing in. It's almost always going to be Peapod. This level is a lot easier than the previous ones. I'm really glad that this level didn't have, like, more annoying things in it. Also, it's at this moment that I knew that I was bad at managing minecarts. But yeah, this is another example of how Peapod carries in the early game. Right there, I decided to see what that guy was wearing, because, you know, if he was wearing like a metal grate under there, you don't want to start damaging him right away. But since he's not, you can let him walk a bit. Teapot's just really cute also. And also really powerful. Once he's fully prepared, he kills a regular zombie, like a brown coat, in 2 groups of shots. It's like almost broken. He kills a Conehead in 4, obviously. And you can see why I was setting up split peas instead of regular pea shooters here, because I knew there was going to be prospectors. And I'm actually getting pretty close to that sun spending limit, surprisingly. Who would think that I would actually get enough sun to spend that much? And for the most part, once you have most of your basic defense set up, then it's pretty much just moving the pea pod around. Now, I'm not sure if this is just me having a bad memory, or I'm pretty sure that pea pod used to have a different plant food effect depending on how many peas you currently had in the pod. Like where you'd shoot 1 pea for each, like 1 big pea for each pea you had currently in there. But it's probably my imagination. But on the plus side, we can start putting down some regular pea shooters, which do more damage than a split pea, only because Penny forced us to upgrade them. If it weren't for that, they would be identical. But that's the end of day 19. I also sent like 2 bees there into the void. Never mind. The one guy fell, not even despawning yet. But yeah, there's just a lot of plant food to be available here. Also, keep throwing peas into the void. Anyway, that's another level complete, with symmetry too. In my opinion, symmetry is the most important rule. Oh, and day 21. Flower line. Again. And now we have a sun spending limit. Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I'd say the gimmick of this word was flower lines. But I know the truth. The gimmick of this world is obviously sun spending limits. Nah, it's minecarts, obviously. But for this level, pea shooters deal more damage than the split pea, but you do need to get split pea set up. Deal with prospectors eventually. But yeah, you kind of just want to start damaging the zombies right when they cross like right when they get into the 7th column. That allows you to kill them pretty much as they walk on the flowers. Which is pretty close. And then you can, once you have your lanes covered with a pea shooter each, you can start setting up the split peas. And once split peas are set up, yeah, kind of just pea shooter. More pea shooters. You can never have too many pea shooters. Another important trick is that Since prospectors jump all the way over, you can actually wait to start damaging them until they're like around the second column. That's around when they'll start nibbling your plants if you don't start killing them. But once you get each lane covered, the rest of the level starts coming through really quickly because you can no longer stall. Just also, that's a very deadly combination there in the middle. Buckethead plus Conehead. It's just bad luck on my part, but also the perfect combination of things. So just end this level. However, by timing the plant food nicely, we can deal with him. And replenish our plant food immediately. Now it's at this point that we're on the last wave. And unfortunately, it's here that I believe that I screwed up. Nope, okay, I made it out that time. It was the other time that I screwed up. You might also notice me digging up plants in lanes that have no zombies left. That's to get split peas up and running. To deal with this last wave, use split pea on the top guy. And torchwood on the bottom guy. Day 23 is flower level. Except this time there's a twist. There's 500% more chickens than the last one. Which means we need a row of torchwoods. Which also cannot die, because if they die, like if too many of them die, then we also die. Another important rule is we can't lose any lawnmowers. Now, I know that may sound bad. However, it's a given due to the fact that if a zombie gets a lawnmower, they've crossed over to flowers. I like making jokes, as you can see. Or here. However, after day 23 is over, we only have 1 day left. Hey, well, at least we only ever saw a walnut once. At this point where I really wish I could just use sunflower to get extra sun, unfortunately for me, that's not legal. However, I can use torchwoods, thankfully. Now, I'm trying to remember when the first second guy arrives. I'm pretty sure it's around the next wave. Or maybe the wave after that. Yeah, there he is. I hate him. I hate him with a vengeance. For passion. He's basically like Crazy Dave's bungee zombies to me. However, timing this right will allow us
to deal a lot of damage to the next wave. Almost actually completely destroy the piano. And still have to worry about the fact that there are more chicken zombies. However, we can keep getting torchwood set up. And eventually, all the lanes will be safe from these aviary menaces. Honestly, I believe that bringing chickens into the game was foul play. I'll stop with the jokes. But seriously, when I said there was 500 times more chickens, what I meant was there was 500 more chickens. Yeah, there's just that many chickens in this level. Hey, but at least we have our full wall set up. Also, I lost a plant somehow. Oh yeah, I dug up a pea shooter in order to make space, in order to get enough sun for that last torchwood. The most unfortunate thing that you can have happen to you in this level, other than losing, of course, is having the repeater's like super awesome fireball hit a chicken. Because, yeah, then it gets completely nullified. However, we should be able to finish this off relatively quickly with this last plant food. Boom. Mission accomplished. Only thing left to deal with is the chickens. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really glad when I beat this level. And now we have one last level to deal with. Remember when I said I'm glad that we only ever saw Walnut once? Yeah, I was making a sarcastic thing, because I knew that this level also had walnuts to protect. I hate these guys almost as much as chickens. Speaking of which, there are also chickens in this level. So, for chickens, we're gonna have to stall them. Pretty much everything is just stalling. Spamming pea shooters, though. That's the name of this level. Pea shooter spam. Torchwoods don't actually deal with chickens in this level for one very important reason. The chickens are stuck dealing with the walnuts. So we just get a bunch of firepower minus the fire, because we're not using fire. And using plant food to stall out things more by healing the walnuts. The annoying thing of how these levels spawn more than one zombie immediately, though, is how they will almost always immediately send zombies into lanes that you already have plants in. As you can see, Wave 3 has 3 zombies. Talk about a difficulty spike. However, we were able to stall enough in the early game to have enough sun to plant pea shooters everywhere, in every lane. So now that the lawn is relatively safe, we can finally start using, we can start planting more pea shooters. Unfortunately, we have this first chicken guy. However, having 3 walnuts does make it easier to deal with chickens, because we can just completely block off the entire group of chickens that will spawn. Bad thing is the fact that they will absolutely shred your walnut's health. Another also really nice thing is getting a cone head. Right? Like, cone heads near to start are really nice because they take a long time to kill. Also, trying to strategically place walnuts to have them take the least amount of damage possible. You'll also notice that 2 of these walnuts are now almost completely dead. Well, now it's just 1 because plant food. Thankfully, managed to deal with that chicken just in time. Also, I didn't notice that my walnut was actually hiding some chickens there. So it was taking damage a lot quicker than I thought it was supposed to be. And we also have another zombie, which I only mentioned once very briefly. Bulls. Yeah. Today we're gonna be seeing the world record long jump imp. He jumped 3 tiles. Nothing even close to his cousin who was being thrown by the Gargantua. Still, it's pretty impressive. Also, yeah, this level pretty much just throws everything. The only thing this level doesn't give you is a flower line. Now, you'll notice that walnut almost died. I really went last possible second there. An annoying thing that happens sometimes. So when I go to use plant food, though, my mouse cursor misses and instead hits the window box, which ends up shrinking my tab or doing something with the tab, which causes my walnuts to die. A neat thing about the chicken wrangler zombies, though, is the fact that they spawn their chickens the minute they touch a plant, too. Which makes sense, because how would they be able to eat otherwise? Also, I'm thinking of like these bulls. I'm like, wouldn't the bull have more momentum? Like the imp have more momentum if they just flung him immediately after crashing into a plant? But we made it all the way to the final wave. And yeah, this final wave looks extremely scary. Time to release all the chickens. And yeah, we're just gonna sacrifice most of the lawnmowers. And when I say most, I mean like all except for 1, I think. Yeah, I sacrificed all of them except for this 1 lawnmower. Well, that's it for Pirate Seas and Wild West. If you enjoyed the video, which I really do hope you did, it would be nice if you would comment down what your favorite plant is. Out of the Appease-mint family, of course. Also, yes, I love how easy the zombie boss fight is in this world. That's so many strong plants. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next installment. Eventually.